Generals, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RFlan 46 League of Legends tournament. We are live casting this live on location, hence the background noise which you can probably hear. But that's okay because I am Owner Machine of the Generals Gentlemen.
I am Archon Hawk, also of the Generals Gentlemen.
And I'm the other guy, Squizma from Qdale, also streaming with here with the Generals Gentlemen.
Yeah, buddy. So let's go ahead and read out the players on the left side, which is Pro OG. We have Ocelot as our Eve, Hardwell as our Civer, Sergeant Moustache as the Tarek, James Bong as the Kale, and Robert Ducky as our Renekton.
And we are seeing the unpause now on the purple side, or red side. In fact, team leftovers, we do have Uzumi as our Zac, Mayushi as the Fiddlesticks, Mr. Benz as our Thresh, Montreal as the Caitlyn, and Lockie as the mid lane Oriana.
Yeah.
We are going to be jumping into this as Owner's Machine flicks around our little icons down the bottom, so they will line up according to the lane matchups. Ready
It's Kale
to
mid
go.
lane, isn't it?
Yeah, Cal mid.
Yeah,
Cal's
Kale mid.
You see her play top lane as well a lot of the time, so
Pretty good duelist.
you never really be sure which lane she's actually heading to.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if both teams kind of like stuck around. I don't think we're going to be seeing any invades so far.
Will we
from
see any
either
2v1
team.
lanes coming in? Will they want to be sending a two top or two bot? Or?
Look, possibly. I think they're just going to stick to standard lanes at this point. Definitely from the look of things. I mean, Zac's up top, and we have the ADC. We've got Montreal on the Caitlyn and Mayushi.
Actually going for an invade here, leading the charge. Can they land the dazzle onto Mayushi? Flashes for the Renekton stun, and there is the dazzle, and there is your first blood for RFlan 46. Mayushi getting taken out here. Whoopsie daisies.
Yeah, that was a really caught out position, Mayushi. She shouldn't have been that far forward, given the amount of like high kind of like
CC.
hard engaged CC, coming out from blue team. So I didn't think blue would engage because I mean Mr. Benz's death sentence and Montreal's high early game damage, but yeah, pretty surprising. And Uzumi going to be fighting it out here with Rubber Ducky around that blue buff.
Yeah, the other issue as well is standing in that brush just makes no sense. If you stand in this brush here, you can just flash over the wall. So I'm really not sure why Mayushi was standing in that brush there. At least not paying as much attention as he should be. So that is currently a 1-0 lead, obviously, for Pro OG.
Yeah, it did go over to James Bong, that kill. So didn't actually go back and buy, I don't think. So probably not going to matter that much. Thus far, like into the early game, probably will first back.
Yeah, what do you think of Renekton versus Zac in the top lane?
In the top lane, Zac's got a nice poke and like they're both resources, but yeah, Zac's got a nice poke. It's a little bit longer against Renekton, as we just saw then. He also gets this free thing, so when the blobs come out, Renektons want to try to either destroy them as quick as he possibly can, because that will stop Zac's like presence and regen in the top lane. So right there, Rubber Ducky chose to trade with him instead of actually going to destroy his blob.
Yeah.
But I would like to see the level 3 Renekton's going to be such a lane bully compared to what a Zac will be in the top lane. So level 3 will definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, definitely more bloblets from Uzumi at level 3, but yeah. Going to get bullied pretty hard by Rubber Ducky in that lane, I think. Just starting off here, James Bond being a little bit ahead CS-wise in that lane. Producing more being thrown down there by Uzumi as well onto the blue buff. Ready to probably for a steal or just have a little look around and see what's going on.
Fiddle was jungling, so he's a little bit behind right now. He's only got his blue, while Evelyn has both her buffs and is coming down to bottom lane now.
Yeah, see if she decides to go golems or just come straight down. There are no wards out yet for red team on the bottom there. Leftovers having no wards out just yet, having to use them on the brush, and we'll be seeing a gank in the bottom lane.
Looks like we will indeed. Ocelot going in with the double buffs here. Montreal gets caught by the dazzle stun. Exhaust slowing him down as well. That's a nice net though from Montreal. Having to burn the flash as well. Under tower now. Can't finish her off, but a fair bit of damage there. Ocelot and Hardwell and even Moustache all taking a lot of damage though during that engagement.
Yeah, they took a fair bit. And Uzumi may get caught out here.
Yeah, gets the knockback in return, but Uzumi's looking pretty low. He's going to have a hard time now. Renekton's going to have so much lane presence with that health disparity between the two members.
Yeah, look, I would prefer to Shyvana. I think the Zac's pretty interesting. I think he's going to have a pretty hard time in that top lane.
Oh, Mr. Benz is getting quite low from the harassment. Ocelot's still in the lane here. Dazzle getting caught. Death Sentence, though, is going to get Mr. Moustache with 3 tower shots, and that is a huge deal there.
Yeah, so Uzumi, I think he only picked Zac just for the team comp. Like, he's going to have a very hard time against this Renekton. Renekton's just so much stronger compared to Zac. His sustain's just more like reliable. His damage is more consistent, And he's got just a better kit. He's got a harder CC than what a Zac has, so he can hold him in place while he just beats the shit out of him. He can zone him from the minions. He can do a lot.
Here we go, Ocelot in the mid lane now. Loki got to be careful. May get caught here. Does get revealed for now, but not really a successful gank there. Loki backed away just in time.
Yeah, Command Protect, absorbing most of the damage. They're not really taking a lot. Bit of a failed gank. Mr. Ben's looking for a bit of damage. Probably looking for a pull.
Yeah, going very aggressive here. Gets caught by an auto attack from Hardwell, but Montreal's is having such good lane presence here with her longer range over our Sivir here.
Yeah, she's going to have a really, really nice time farming. She's 10 CS above at the moment. That is really going to matter. She's just got such good range. She's just outranging Hardwell very, very, very hard, getting these minions very, very easily.
Yep, and now Meishi's turn for a gank here in the middle lane here. James Bond's out of mana, so no speed boost there here, but does get away just in time. That could have gone very, very sour without any mana though, but Ocelot still in the bottom lane here. He really wants to make these ganks happen, and that's not a surprise to see because that is how Evelynn needs to be played. You can't just farm the whole game with Eve. You really have to make those powerful ganks and land some kills.
Yeah, especially early.
Yeah, she's definitely a snowball league jungle. You need to get those kills. You need to even like burn flashes, get assists, try and do something. She can probably counter jungle a little bit, but I'm not sure how she can go in a 1v1 against Fiddle. So
look, I have to say, he's gonna be farming like a boss up in this top lane. He's actually 4 CS above on Rubber Ducky, despite him bullying Rubber Ducky as being he's all over the place, but Uzumi just collecting all of his boblets, just sustaining very, very well. Getting taken very low there, gotta be careful.
Yeah, gank could definitely decide that here in the top lane. And so how is the audio balance for the game sounds, music, and our voice? Is it okay?
Yeah, we've got one comment that says we might turn off the in-game music.
I like the music. I think it's better.
It is good.
They even have it in the LCS. Like that's I think it just adds the background ambience. It just kind of sets the mood. Uzumi getting incredibly low though. Rubber Ducky has hit level 6, but so has Uzumi. So they both have those powerful ults there. Dominus from Renekton gives him a lot of AoE damage. It's just more tankiness overall.
They'll definitely negate the ignite if Zimi chooses to use that upon Renekton, so he just gets a straight health above that as well as getting the AoE damage coming out.
Yeah, Miyashi is grabbing the golems now, so maybe moving up the top lane to gank. We'll have to see. Robodaki is quite low, but as he sees me, really have to see a gank up there to see if anything actually happens. Oh, bit of a missed time back, I think, in the bottom lane. Bottom tower's going to take a fair bit of damage from Mr. Benz and Montreal. Going to take a little bit at least. Have already backed, so Hardwell having to back as well. Just try and stay on a level footing, both going for the Vamp Scepters.
Yeah, I think you can really see that change they made to the towers that gave them more health earlier in the game, because it looked like he was going to get pretty low, but only really not even a quarter of the HP was taken down from that tower.
Yeah, we do have a Vision Ward as well down that bottom lane, which is going to be very nice against the jungle Eve that's coming out from Ocelot. Man down low in the top lane. That's absolutely crazy. I'm surprised we haven't seen a gank already.
Yeah, Mayushi didn't go for that gank when he was at Golems. That really surprised me. He didn't have his Crow Storm, and that's kind of what Fiddlestick relies upon. So maybe he was just waiting until he hits 6, and then he'll go for some Crow Storm ganks. He's been getting a bit of harassment here, though, but still, he should be fine for now. Rubber Ducky actually, I think, took more in that engagement because of the Bloblets. But actually going in here, popping the Dominus and the Let's Bounce. Red's going to go here. They're both getting so low. The Ignite is ticking, though. Zac is in the Bloblets, but will the minions actually finish him off now? It looks as though Rubber Ducky will be able to get him in the meantime, but engagement in the bottom lane as well. Montreal's getting pretty low. Rubber Ducky picks that one up there, and now Montreal has to flash away. The Crow Storm in through the side. That's going to be a kill onto Ocelot here and the Taric, and a triple kill.
God.
Mayushi picking all 3 of those up. That is a huge lead now for Leftovers.
What a fantastic counter gank coming out from the red team. Leftovers absolutely balling out of control there. That was a really, really nice Crow Storm.
God, there's a dragon. They're getting the dragon as well.
Oh, God, that's
Dragon.
crazy. That's so much gold. Nice Descendants, bro. That was nice, Mr. Benz. But yeah, in the top lane, I think Uzumi was relying on actually getting the Ignite kill onto Rubber Ducky, which he failed to do. So even though he went into his Bloblets, it didn't matter. I mean, Rubber Ducky on 1 bar of HP pretty much just pulled through and secured the kill before he could come up from the Bloblet. So yeah, a little bit mistimed. It was very, very close to winning though.
He got a lot of sustain out from getting the stacks, having the 50 ferociousness of for the Fury for the culling of the meat, giving him a lot of health back. But yeah, he was also probably relying on the minion damage coming out from trying to tank it while there's quite a large minion wave there as well. But yeah, I noticed Fiddlesticks grabbing the Seeker's Arm Guard straight up as a jungle item instead of the standard Spirit Stone, so rushing that Super Hourglass as quick as he possibly
Yeah,
can.
he wants it really, really fast for these team fights, I would say, which is nice. I'm surprised he didn't decide to go for a jungle item, but yeah, pretty interesting choice. I think it could pan out.
When he also ganked the bottom lane with that armor, he took less damage from the gank because of the extra armor he had then. But now it's going really well for him, and this is looking really good. This team comp looks promising.
Ocelot, though, actually going to run past him. Mayushi being out of mana, that could have gone sour quite fast without having any mana there. Once again, Uzumi and Robodaki both getting pretty low. But actually, what? Gets a kill under the tower here. Ocelot going in to finish him off, but can he? I don't know, Ocelot can pick one up. The tower is still there. Locky just backs away. Yeah, there wasn't the kill potential that that Ocelot actually needed.
Yeah, we saw the shockwave coming out there from Locky in the mid lane, securing the kill. I'm surprised James Bond decided to stay around with that shockwave available. It's been a bit dangerous.
Oh, there was no intervention on himself either. The intervention was still up, so I don't really exactly know what happened.
Exactly, not on cooldown. Hardwell almost getting caught by the death sentence there. And so, yeah, at the moment now, a 2,000 gold lead for leftovers. So despite that early first blood on the jungle, which is a huge blow, they're actually doing pretty well here. And now looking pretty well in this game as they're pretty much winning all of these lanes apart from maybe the top, which is actually pretty even.
It's quite a close game up top. It's quite exciting. I really like this trading back and forth and sustain. Oh, Fiddle using his Scurrying Orb to clear the wall.
Oh, bit of engagement in the bottom lane. The box has been thrown down. Montreal's going to get bursted down by the looks of it, though. Moustache has to run for his life. Ace in the hole will pick that one up, but no, just kidding. Blocks by the team. Hardwell gets the kill onto Montreal. Moustache is so damn low. Can Mr. Benz pick this one up? He gets the death sentence. It barely connected for the kill, but now looks as though Mayushi may go for a gank in the top lane here. He was scouted by the ward. He has no boots. Oh, yeah, he has tier 1 boots, so it's quite the Crow Storm's going in here. Will he get the fear as well? Yes, and the Let's Bounce. Robodaki burning the flash for it here. Let's Bounce, knocking him back. That's going to be a dead Renekton, but maybe not. Slices through that one. Robodaki lives to see another day, barely.
Out of the range of that drain, that was just so close in the top lane. I don't think Uzumi landed the Let's Bounce straight away, so I had to actually flash to get the knock-up in the end. So a little bit unfortunate that he didn't get it straight away, otherwise I think we could have seen a kill in that lane. Mr. Benz may scout out, no.
Unfortunately, Mr. Benz, he actually left his ADC in the bottom lane. He just left his Caitlyn, Montreal, just to die while he chased down the Taric. I don't know if he had any cooldowns left.
I think his cooldowns might have been down. I think Montreal knew she was done for, so Mr. Benz is trying to secure at least a 1-for-1 exchange, even though it is ADC for support. Yeah, she was pretty done for in that bottom lane, despite the damage coming out of that pivotal Peacemaker.
It was in a pro OG's favour by having the jungle gank there in the Evel. It was a 3v2 in the bottom lane just earlier, so yeah, it was. At least they got something out of it.
There was no way they could have won that lane, that engagement rather. And so let's take a look at the items here. We do actually have, oh, that's a nice death sentence though. Actually gets the connect. The Flay was ignored by the spell shield though, so Hardwell will get out of that one. But Ocelot once again ganking the bottom lane here. Montreal's looking pretty exposed. But the wards won't reveal her, I don't think, because they're not actually invis wards.
I haven't seen one pink ward bought by Thresh just yet, or placed by Thresh.
Oh, Mayushi's in the bottom brush there as well. And Roboducky's going in the mid lane too. This could be a very messy team fight here, as we do see Locky almost getting taken out though. There may be a dive on the tower. Dominus is being popped. That's going to be a kill from the barrier, but the bottom lane, Hardwell gets called again. Moustache gets the stun though, but Mayushi is waiting for it. Crowstorm's on cooldown here. Hardwell is so low, backs away from that one though. Ocelot doesn't quite get a kill in the end, but yeah, in the mid lane, Roboducky, got taken out.
Yeah, he did as well. Did secure the kill onto Locky though beforehand, but yeah, ending up getting taken out. It was really quite well done. We did that hashtag swag coming out of Locky. After getting taken very low, the Dominus just not being enough after the barrier was popped in the mid lane.
Yeah, I actually want to see that because he got the kill onto Orianna, but perhaps he couldn't actually escape.
I think he managed to.
He got a bit further and just died from the turret shots, I believe. But yeah, Zach doing a really good job now. Uzumi just farming up this top lane and just proxying the wave, not really caring about this turret, just more about the CS right now. And it's a blue buff straight to Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, we do have a Fiend's Unholy Grail being completed in the mid lane by Locke. He does want to have that mana, be able to sustain longer in fights without having to back off for fear of that. And we do have the Nash 2 builds coming out from James Bond.
Yeah, so the gold has sort of evened up now. We have some pretty close games here. I just love how much jungle ganks we're actually seeing. Jungle ganks are always so exciting. I gotta say, Ocelot's doing a fantastic job of always being in that bottom lane, every time there's engagement, he's always there. But even Mayushi as well, he's a pretty hard ganker, and now he does have the Zhonya's Hourglass. He's going to have some really crazy engagements with the Crow Storm into the Zhonya's Hourglass. Still only has his tier 1 boots, so he's not very fast and mobile. That's sort of his only downside at the moment, I think, is his lack of tier 2 boots.
Yeah, I think so. Rubber Ducky getting some good damage down onto that top tower as Mr. Benz and Montreal clear away a few more minions. Hasn't actually been any towers taking this game, but a little bit slow. We are almost 15 minutes in. We've only seen, I think, 1 dragon and no towers. Lucky though.
Yeah, going in for the gank here. Locky has no flash. Shockwave didn't quite connect, but even if it did, I don't think it would have mattered much.
No.
Yeah, I think he was waiting to try and get the 2-man Shockwave, but just couldn't get it. There just wasn't the range for it. Rubber Ducky and Uzumi doing a bit more trading. Uzumi's doing a great job of picking up all of the bloblets.
Yeah, I gotta say, Uzumi's holding on here because I think Renekton has the superiority in the lane, but Uzumi is constantly getting harassed down. Fortunately, actually no, he may even dive this one. Nope, that has to back away from that one. The tower shot was in there just in time, and by the looks of it, Mayushi's in the brush near the bottom lane, wants to make something happen here, and so is Ocelot. We may see another 3-on-3 bottom lane engagement here, but Fiddlestick's a little bit out of position. Can't
Sonya.
Yeah, has the Zhonya's, but he's not really close enough to actually jump in there. He's going to have to really, well, they're going to have to bring back the blue team here, Pro OG, until he's sort of close and he can land the fiddle. Because there's wards all over the river, and I'm sure he knows that. He can't Crow Storm over the river.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for that counter gank, which worked so effectively last time where we saw the triple kill, where he actually came in after being engaged upon here. Montreal taking a fair bit of damage.
The box will slow them down. Where is the Crow Storm? Out of position, Fiddlesticks. He's charging it up now, but will it be in time here?
Oh,
the Crow
God.
Storm lands. Sergeant Moustache is so low. Hardwell, he's going to be next here, and that was a 3-for-0 engagement.
Called it.
Cleanup.
Called it. I thought so. They're just waiting for that gank to come in. Mr. Benz and Montreal barely get out alive. We see the tower die come out from Hardwell, Sergeant Moustache, and Ocelot. The junglers, everyone's going in. Why is there a Fiddlesticks behind me Crow Storming? That sucks.
Oh, actually, another engagement in the top lane. Dominus is being popped. Will it be enough to secure the kill onto Uzumi? He's under the tower. Let's Bounce actually popping. Almost got enough tower shots. Uzumi is playing a risky game here. It looks as though the turret in the bottom lane actually got taken out by the red team. These top lane engagements are so close.
They really, really are. We have got the Spirit Visage has now been cleared onto Uzumi. He's getting seriously tanky. The Brutalizer on to the side of Rubber Ducky, and we'll be seeing leftovers going for this dragon.
Oh man, the Ignite being popped now. Uzumi's looking quite dead to me. Has to Elastic Slingshot. And the big Ignite though didn't tick for the kill onto that one.
Just because he actually managed to. After Elastic Slingshot, he picked up the Bloblet from Elastic Slingshot, I think. Maybe, yeah. And then
oh, they dive him though. Uzumi gets stunned again, but the tower will get no. He flashes. He breaks that tower shot. That was very, very close play there. But trading a flash for a passive, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's a longer cooldown. But Lucky going in for a gank here. Rubber Ducky, though, he should be fine. He's a little bit too far away from that one.
Given how long it actually takes these top laners to get low on health, probably not worth it. I think the passive will probably be up by the next time we'll see engagement. James Bond securing that bottom tower, which is very nice. And we may see Hardwell and Sergeant Moustache secure the bottom as well. So there'll be 2 towers to 1. Yeah, 2 towers to 1 in favour of apparently Pro OG.
In the bottom lane, Siva had that bloodthirst the entire time, so he had a lot of damage coming up. Unfortunately, with that gank from Fiddlesticks,
Oh, Mayushi running into a Eve. Not the best engagement in there, but actually turning that one around. The cooldowns are now going to go badly for... Actually, that's a... What? Just kidding!
That drain cooldown, did he level it or what? That was crazy.
With level 5, the drain level 5, so there's basically no cooldown. I thought Eve was going to turn it around once the cooldowns wore off.
That's what I thought
But
as well.
apparently cooldowns don't exist for Fiddlesticks.
Mayushi is a god. He is playing fantastically. May actually catch up James Berg. No, getting a ward down there. So it's 4 towers. We do have almost a 3k gold lead on the side of leftovers.
That's definitely those 2 dragons catching up, and their entire team is ahead and see it. Oh, except for their mid lane. Oh, actually, I speak too soon. It's probably the 2 dragons.
Well, let's bounce this thing in, but not in time. The tower was taken out, so no tower aggro there onto Rubber Ducky here. This could go either way, but in the mid lane, we do see Sergeant Moustache getting incredibly caught. Crow Storm and the Shockwave. That is going to be incredibly quick engagement for the blue team. 2-for-0.
Such a intense team fight potential. Uzumi trading very, very well with Rubber Ducky. The Dominus is popped in the top lane.
Oh, Uzumi maybe take out. That's a nice elastic slingshot over the wall, though. Uzumi should better get out of that one. Oslo almost getting taken out, and surely that turret will be next here once the next minion wave actually comes. But Rubber Ducky on the chase by the looks of it here. Uzumi sticking around. Dominus has worn off. He may make something happen here.
Just wants to protect that top lane, I think, more than anything else. Protect Rubber Ducky. And no, I thought we would see Leftovers actually go for that mid lane tower. They're going to be backing off and looking for Rubber Ducky, who is quite high in health without the Dominus.
Yeah, surprising because the tower would have taken down easily. But look, definitely going well here for Leftovers.
Oh, definitely. I think so. We just see the Locket of the Iron Solari has now been completed for Mr. Benz, picking that up there. Wouldn't be surprised. We've actually got Glacial Shroud onto the side of Sergeant Mustache. Surprised we haven't really seen any more supporting items coming out of him. Fairly standard builds all around. We've got a Zeal and a Bloodthirster onto Hardwell as well.
Another needlessly large rod and Fiddlesticks. Like, he's got a lot of ability power so early.
Yeah. What do you think he'll be going for? What's your opinion?
With that?
Yeah, needlessly large rod.
I believe the death cap.
You reckon the death cap? Yeah, straight up.
Yeah,
I think just straight for AP. Yeah.
He's not really. He's doing pretty good with his single target engage. Like, he doesn't need more damage. He just sustains all their damage, and that's all he needs. He would rather have more ability power and get like a better, stronger ulti out. He doesn't really need the cooldown reduction, stronger death fire, the DFG. So he'd much rather extra ability power.
I think that would be the good move. He's more of an AoE as opposed to a single target kind of a champion. So it would be a nice pickup to see there. Infinity Edge has now been completed onto Montreal. Going to be nice. So a lot of AP, fairly tanky as well. I mean, I have to say, Leftovers, their team comp is completely nuts. I mean, Uzumi's just so tanky now with that Spirit Visage. Going to get a Giant's Belt as well. Just so much health, so much armor. Going to be absolutely mad, as well as the damage they're putting out.
So much synergy. Loki gets caught here as well. Has to both have a shockwave though. Knocks them both back to the Crow Storm. Isn't available here, but they may disengage from this one. Otherwise, the rest of the team here, Leftovers are sort of moving into that one. The shockwave has actually been popped, so that's not too good for the red team. Rubber Ducky though actually may get caught here, but he's so damn tanky. Pops the Dominus though, so burning these ults is actually pretty crucial because next time they go for a team fight, if they don't have their ults, it can really make a big difference.
Yeah, it's super hard for Leftovers to engage without that shockwave being on cooldown. It's going to suck the Rubber Ducky not having the Dominus available.
The cooldown on Shockwave is a lot less than what it is on Dominus, but I believe there's a lot more also cooldown reduction taken by Loki, so he will get that Shockwave up a lot more quicker than what that Dominus will be up. So we'll have to wait about 30 more seconds, and we'll be seeing a sick team fight coming out from Red Team with perhaps a Zac slingshot with an Oriana ball.
I'd love to see that. That's just pretty much one of my favorite things to see in League of Legends. Yeah, Leftovers positioning around the side. I'd love to see a bit more ward coverage.
Ocelot wants to make something happen here, really sticking around waiting for the engagement. I think he wants to catch either the Caitlyn or the Oriana, as I'm constantly trying to keep an eye on this entire team fight. There's so many angles for these engagements, you just don't know who is going to initiate, who's going to make something happen, as the dragon is spawning in 1 minute.
Yeah, and that mid tower is so low as well. Rubber Ducky eating a pivotal peacemaker to the face on that occasion. But yeah, that mid tower is so low. I wouldn't be surprised to see Leftovers try and push it and then get a Fiddlesticks on him from the side from Mayushi. Good ward coverage though from apparently Pro OG. So we'll have to see if that actually pans out. Mayushi definitely looking for that engage there, standing behind walls everywhere.
Yeah, Ocelot here in the bottom really wants to get the flank. James Bong is scouted by the ward actually. Loki gets revealed. Ocelot gets revealed rather. I'm not sure from what. The exclamation mark means she's revealed. Is that correct?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure what revealed her, to be honest. Was there a pink ward?
Being in range of Loki.
Oh, okay. So
Mr. Beds.
So if you go within a certain range, it automatically reveals.
Yep.
Is that only with Eve, or is that's only with Eve, isn't it?
Only with Eve.
Yeah, not like
other champions.
Not like Rengar and Twitch and stuff like that. Okay, fair enough.
Eve, yep.
So you got to make sure that you sort of, as the Eve, you don't sort of run in and then back off, because they may turn that around. As actually Leftovers are now starting the dragon, as it looks as though Pro OG are backing off from this one. That's going to be the third dragon. That's a huge blow there for Pro OG.
Yeah, expanding their gold lead even more. We are up around 4k now. Mayushi may actually catch out Ocelot.
Oh, gets the fear, ace in the hole, and the death sentence.
Oh,
that is...
That was
amazing.
a flash burn for that from Fiddlesticks there.
But worth it.
Yeah, but worth. Renekton. Rubber Ducky up top, while his entire team 3v4 in mid lane.
Oh, wow, look at the damage here. Have to pop the Zhonya's there. Maybe it's not the shockwave in just in time. But Sergeant Mustache may get taken out here. One more auto attack from Caitlyn. No, should be fine on the hunt for the disengage is a very nice escape.
Yeah, going to be very, very nice in that lane. We have to see Mushi, excellent engage there. The fear combined with Mr. Benz's death sentence. There's a lot of lockdown, a lot of engage potential from leftovers, and that will secure this tower.
The tower gets taken out, almost James Bong as well, having to burn the flash onto that one. Hardwood looking pretty strong here, but takes a crit from Montreal, and all of a sudden is looking too strong here. Actually, Rubber Ducky goes in, balls deep, but the Bob's supposed to pop. James Bong just bursted down Montreal, and now suddenly leftovers are on the run, but they should be fine for now after getting that tower.
Rubber Ducky is just so dangerous when he comes in from those engages from the side. If he's not warded out, he's just like, hello guys, what's going on? I'll take out your ADC for free.
There's a lot of gold actually on James Bong right now. He's got a lot of items, and Inso and Nash's tooth so powerful on him.
Rubber Ducky getting caught by the exhaust. Actually, the jump over the wall. Rubber Ducky's gonna get bursted down. He got no chance of taking that one.
But yeah, as I was saying, with the Ginso's blade on Kale, if she goes below half health, she gets Spell Vamp and Life Steal on her abilities. She does a lot of physical damage and magical damage, so if she actually gets on half health, she can just regen all that back, and it's actually sort of like almost a bait. We're also with an intervention shield, so that's James Bong's going to be a really strong duelist in this game, and we might see him actually just pretty much 1v1 anyone and win it.
What causes her after below 50% health?
It's actually the Ginso's blade. Yeah, Rage Blade.
Oh, okay.
Rage Blade, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's quite item orientated, but yeah, the Shin coming out will make those Qs a little more deadlier. Just getting that one auto attack in, that's all that's enough, because it slows them, lowers their magic resist, and you probably get one auto attack off, and it's a lot of more powerful.
It also scales with her passive, where she actually shreds magic resist natively, armor and magic resist, so it's a lot of armor shred.
Yeah, it's a nice AP-AD combo there. We do see the Sunfire Cape being finished onto Uzumi now. Yeah, I'd really like to see a clutch team fight from leftovers. Is what they're kind of relying on is a gripped up pro OG, and then to engage onto that and destroy them rather than picking off individual targets.
Ocelot may actually jump onto Montreal here. He's going to go for it. Nope, doesn't go for it, runs away, but gets a crit and just taking so much damage. Yeah, if you don't engage, you just get so much damage in return. She's pretty squishy as well, only having Spirit of the Spectral Wraith and the Fiendish Codex, so she really isn't looking too strong here. She has some damage, but she really has to rely on her team. She can't. I don't think she can 1v1 anyone at this stage.
No, she didn't get fed enough in her early game. She does not have a DFG. She cannot 1v1 anyone. That DFG is so vital to actually secure a kill against one person. And then fourth, she just keeps going out of control from getting that one gold consistently. But she's not really that good in farming right now. She's just under Fiddlesticks. Oh, sorry, just above Fiddlesticks in the farm. But Fiddlesticks is just falling out of control with the gold from all those kills. So it doesn't really matter right now. He's also finished his death cap, so there's a lot of ability power coming out on him and red team starting.
I have to say that might be why the leftovers haven't actually done much rolling as yet. They are going for the Baron buff, but blue team
actually,
moving in as well.
Rubber Ducky moving in, so is Moustache here. A little bit too aggressive. The Rubber Ducky's just so damn tanky. The box is slowing them down. Mr. Ben's being focused. Not the best choice. Crowstorm, though, is going to take down Moustache. Hardwell having to run from Uzumi with the Let's Bounce. They're popping the barrier, but isn't going to get taken out there. No chance at all. And that's definitely a nice victory and a half there for the red team. Shockwave connecting as well. So Ocelot getting shredded, and James Bong not going to go into that one.
That's exactly the kind of engage that leftovers wanted. They wanted Pro OG to actually come in and try and take care of them when they're doing the Baron, and they forced that. They couldn't just let leftovers take the Baron, and they just picked off individual members with just really good train CC and AoE damage.
I just don't think they were really in a good formation.
No, I don't think so.
It was Renekton and Tarek sort of by themselves, and the rest of the team were just nowhere nearby.
Well, James Bong is probably one of their strongest, most fed members with a lot of gold in right now. He's got a lot of kills. He's got pretty much all the kills. He's got a half-decent farm. And he has a lot more items coming out from what the rest of his team has. So why would they go and fight without their most vital member right now? Or even the shredding member? Because there's a lot of resist coming out from the leftovers. So apparently Pro OG,
I wouldn't say OG looking for this Baron. I wouldn't be surprised given to see the back off from leftovers, but they have, of course, walked through a vision wall. They're probably just going for ward control. No, they're actually going to decide to go for it.
Yeah.
Interesting choice. They've mistimed that a little bit, I think.
But
I think leftovers will get there in time.
Can they get there in time? Exactly. Let's Bounce coming up off cooldown just now. He may go for it. They're so damn splashed up. It may be pretty crazy. The Baron is getting lower and lower, though. There is no smite available. Blue team gets the Baron. That's a huge win there, but they're going to knock back. And there's going to be the engagement here, but Crowstorm on cooldown. Shockwave is available, but they really need the Crowstorm to make that team fight happen. nice play there from Pro OG, turning that one around and getting the Baron.
Yeah, they definitely do need the Crow Storm available because of the amount of kills that's on Demacia. It's 11 kills. It's nearly all of them. He's just so key to their engagement because of the amount of AP and the amount of damage that he actually has. They can't engage without that Crow Storm combined with the Shockwave.
I think we might be getting a Spirit Massage with that Spectral Wraith.
Okay, yeah.
So that will be, it's a lot of health coming back to him when he actually duels somebody. I also believe it will stop him from getting bursted down from the Evelyn, because now Evelyn's now picked up a Death Fire Grasp, as well as a lot of magical damage comes out from James Bong. So I think it'll stop a lot of the magic-based damage from targeting Mayushi so much from that Spectral Wraith. But yeah, luckily the Pro OG getting the Baron, they're definitely back in this now. They will just be delaying it a little bit. But if they farm it up correctly and pick their team fights and catch someone out, they still have a chance of coming back in this. That's what I love about League of Legends. 30 minutes in, 10 kills to one team, but you can still come back. There's insane chances of them doing it.
Yeah, it's not an absolutely huge gold lead. It's only about 6k.
Yeah.
It's definitely a recoverable lead. They're only losing by 2 towers as well at the moment. So we'll have to see what they decide to do with this Baron buff, whether they do decide to push down a lane, split push, what they decide to do, especially with Rubber Ducky being just so strong at the moment.
Yeah, I think the issue is we have now as well is basically the later and later you get into the game, Eve just sort of scales out and gets weaker and weaker as there's more emphasis on those large 5-on-5 team fights. So I think that may be the downfall here for Pro OG is having the Eve, which can be a bit of a burden to actually make it work in a team fight. But they're actually taking the red here from Leftovers, which is nice. And Leftovers, I think they're kind of looking for a team fight. They do have all of their ults available and ready to go, but will they actually land them? We'll have to see.
I'm surprised the Leftovers didn't actually decide to go in and look for a team fight. Yeah, deciding to back off, probably waiting for Pro OG to push down the middle with that Baron buff so they know they're all grouped up in the middle. They're ready to go when they want to.
Oh, there we go.
He's going to be moving in.
Goes in with the Elastic Slingshot there, popping the... Not that bounce actually, so no really initiation there. We did see a couple ults though from Pro OG. No, actually, we didn't. On the Hunt wasn't popped. So there wasn't really any sort of ults exchange. It was just a Elastic Slingshot and then sort of just disengaged for that. Ocelot though, getting pretty low, didn't decide to pop the Shockwave, so that was pretty tense. And I'm not sure why Leftovers decided not to go in for that engagement. You know.
Obviously looking for kind of the perfect team fight. They know OG has to push down this lane together, so they're looking for something as good as they can. Ocelot off to the side, looking for that ult onto as many members of Leftovers as possible.
Sergeant Moustache actually used Radiance as
that was it. Okay.
And they will lose that AD and AP buffs, but it's coming back up. It's quite a short cooldown, but yeah, it did delay it a little bit. There's a lot of dancing coming out from Leftovers, so they're quite confident right now. They really probably tempting a fight or trying to amplify it up in mid lane right now.
It's getting pretty intense. Gotta be careful. The Death Sentence can really grab someone and just really force an engagement. Also on the side though, let's bounce over the wall actually. Elastic Slingshot rather, but actually this will be the engagement here by the looks of it. Sergeant Moustache gets caught. The tower's taken out, but the box has been popped. Crowstorm going in. Has to flash for it though. Not the best angle there as we are seeing a couple of kills here. Also gets taken out. Who's going to be next here? Uzumi is so low, but so is Hardwell. Ignite may take for the kill. Rubber Ducky couldn't quite save him. Sergeant Moustache flashes to get Uzumi here. The Dazzle has popped for the kill now, and so that is it for Leftovers. Once the Blobblers get taken out, that is it, and that was a messy team fight.
Yeah, 4 for 5. That was absolutely all over the place. The issue was Uzumi Elastic Slingshot over the wall, following Meishi because they thought they could catch out. I think who was it on the side? It was either Rubber Ducky or Ocelot up the top there. Thought they could catch him out. And Pro OG's like, that's fine. What, you want to send 2 of your members up to the top? That is okay. We'll engage now. They moved in and they did enough damage during that fight that they could actually spread out past the tower and really rip through Leftovers because they weren't all together. They weren't as a 5-man team. The Crowstorm was great, but it came in too late in the end.
Yeah.
It secured a few kills, but it just came in too late.
And the tower went down, so there goes some of the damage. So, excuse me, I think, not the best engagement. Uzumi going for, over the wall with the Elastic Slingshot. I don't like that. I think they should have just gone for the 4-man team rather than trying to catch the Eve. Because Eve isn't really the priority to take down.
In my opinion, it's James Bong, and they did catch him, but they traded both their Montreal, Caitlyn, and Fiddlestick pretty much for James Bong. James Bong, pretty much just as soon as seeing Montreal, just pretty much fought him straight away until his death, and he did die for it, but it removed a lot of the damage from apparently OG.
But that's definitely what Pro OG needed. As the gold lead is only 4,000 now, and pushing that inner turret is always so crucial for jungle and map control. The Baron is spawning up in 1 minute and 40 seconds, so that next Baron fight may decide the game here, as leftovers are trying to push the middle turret.
Yeah, definitely gonna decide the first inhib of the game. This game has been quite slow thus far. Baron buff has of course now run out for Pro OG, and Uzumi looking for a bit of damage onto Rubber Ducky. Nothing quite nice yet. The ball's just chilling there, waiting for a shockwave.
Well, going in deep here, actually. Gets a lot of damage in return. The Ocelot now is going in. That's a nice ult, though. The box will slow down the blue team, but what's going to happen is Shockwave. That is a 4-man Shockwave. That's very, very nice. Ocelot's just taken out that one, though. Cyber Stash was next. James Bong is so low, and there is the Crow Storm over the wall, cleaning up the rest. Pops the Zonyas, and Hardwell may even get Uzumi in return, but is definitely running for his life from the 4 members left. Actually, Boomerang Blade almost claiming the kill onto Uzumi. Elastic Slingshot in the wrong direction. Hardwell, she's on full health, but it is a 4v1.
That was absolutely crazy engage. It looks like they will be pushing for this inhib now. I'm not sure whether they will actually go for the win. We do have 20 seconds still onto Sergeant Moustache, but that was a great engage because Uzumi had the command and protect on. Went it right in the middle of 3 or 4 members of Pro OG. Here's a shockwave. Take that. Take that in the half. Yeah, it was crazy. Maybe she did come in a little late with the Crow Storm, but that didn't really matter because the amount of shred that the shockwave did, it really turned the team fight and allowed Montreal to stay back and kind of fight more effectively.
Most definitely. That team fight went really good for leftovers. They're getting further ahead. They got 2 turrets and an inhibitor out of that, so they're great. And with the new changes, how are we going to see
actually
defend this?
Lucky getting caught by the Dead Spy's grasp, but the command dissonance slowing her down. Couldn't actually follow up on that one. But yeah, the Super Minion chain, that's a pretty big deal.
It really, really is. But because of how far mid lane's actually pushed out, I think leftovers may have miscalculated because Baron is up.
Oh,
and Pro
dear.
OG are gonna secure this Baron. I don't see a way that leftovers can actually compete for it, despite, because of how far mid lane is actually pushed up. So they didn't really time it that well because, shockwave there from Lucky, almost grabbing the Baron.
Nice try indeed. But that's the second Baron now, and that's sort of the one thing that's keeping them in the game, is that they've got 2 Baron now. Not only does it give them a lot of gold, which they desperately need as they are about 5,000 down, but it just gives them that buff, which gives them a bit more presence to kind of keep up with the item disparity.
Yeah, I think so. It was a good push from leftovers, and it will matter because they did secure the inhib. They don't have super minions now, but with that Baron up OG, they are going to be able to push in a lot more effectively, and I think this really could matter. We'll have to see if there is an engage in this lane. All ults are up, I believe.
The shockwave isn't
not up.
though.
No, it's still not up because we saw the Baron still before. We'll have to see if OG decide to try and engage when that shockwave is down.
Yeah, but actually going for the bottom inner turret is a good choice.
Yeah.
They weren't going to push that in, but if they did, they could risk running into those powerful CCs. Actually backdooring it, but Rubber Ducky is so tanky. Pops the ace. Interesting, yeah. But they may go for this inhib turret next, as all of the inner turrets are down, but Dragon is actually available. There's no ward coverage though, so they don't quite realize, but look at the damage. Hardwell gets shredded down, didn't pop this spell shield in time. I think he was kind of using it in order to prevent that death sentence, but Pro OG, they may get this Dragon.
I think they might too. They are starting to position around. Shockwave is now up onto Lockie, so we'll have to see how the engage works out for OG. This is going to be a very, very tense push.
Yeah, the harassment's pretty nice from the leftover team, but keep in mind the Baron gives them so much regen. They can kind of just regen through that poke. Oh, Montreal almost getting caught there. Rubber Ducky could go in for the stun. Death Sentence connects into that one. Doesn't quite cause the engage though, but damn, that was close. Rubber Ducky really isn't the target they want to catch with the Death Sentence, but look at the damage there. It is ridiculous. Lockie is just doing so much poke there and actually going in for the engage. There is the Let's Bounce. And where is the Crow Storm? There was a nice shockwave though, but having to pop the Zonyas to keep Lockie alive, but definitely not looking good for Pro OG. Running into that engagement and getting completely shut down. Ace picks up the kill onto our Renekton here. Crow Storm finally landing, but just clean up.
And just melting for Miyushi there. So that was a 5 for how many OG machine?
I think it was 0.
Oh, 5 for 0, yeah. and it wasn't GG going to Battlefield, and we do see the GG coming out from CroOG. So the game going to leftovers there. It wasn't even the best shockwave we've seen all game. It only landed on kind of like, it was important because it landed kind of on the ADCs in the back line, but Suzma, what do you think of that team fight?
Oh, definitely the back line. That hit James Bong and Hardwell in the back line. They could not get to the front line while the rest of the team was dueling. He was getting shredded. James Bong could not find a target, and eventually he did find Lockie, but Lockie just Zonya'd, protected himself, and got as far away as possible. James Bong did have the intervention on himself, trying to get in range, but the rest of the team, the rest of Leftovers just clearing him up and winning that. That was a really good team fight to them. He did have the Baron buff. They didn't even have the Fiddle, the Crow Storm against them. So that was a lot of pros to Leftovers trying to, a lot of pros to apparently Pro OG, but the Leftovers were so strong just from the farm, and Lockie was quite powerful. Some really good.
Gotta say, Mayushi, MVP and a half. He balled,
He
balled hard.
He balled real hard.
Because not only did he get the team, or get himself fed, but also it meant that Eve just shut down and just couldn't contribute as much as Eve needs to do. But I think that'll wrap this one up.